Good day, children. Today we are going to learn about 15th chapter in 10th class, which is very crucial chapter in SSC public examination. That is National Liberation Movement in the Colonies. That is the 15th chapter. National Liberation Movement in the colonies. Children, in this chapter we are going to learn about three countries' national liberation movement. Those are all China, Vietnam and Nigeria. So let us see where these three countries in the world map. Children, this is Africa, and this is Europe. Try to draw the map very quickly. And our country India. These are all Indonesia and Australia. So in this chapter we are going to know about three countries' national liberation movement. One is China. Here the China is there. This is China. Next one is Vietnam. Vietnam. And third one is Nigeria. So these three countries' liberation movement we are going to learn. But now I am going to explain about Chinese liberation movement. Initial part of the 20th century, this China was ruled by the Manchu dynasty. The Manchu dynasty became the powerless to defend the interest of the China vis-a-vis Western colonial powers. Whereas Western colonial powers occupied some part of the China and they demanded some political and economic concession from the Manchu dynasty. Those political and economic concessions are, first one is low import taxes. Second one is immunity from the Chinese laws. Third one is they wanted to maintain some armies. In China, these three political and economic concessions they expected from the Manchu dynasty. So both Manchu dynasty and the people from the China were unhappy towards the Western colonial powers. Children, let us discuss about establishing the republic in China. Children, in 1911, Manchu dynasty was overthrown. This Manchu dynasty was overthrown. A republic was established. This was established by the Sun Yatsen. His name was what? Sun Yat-sen. Sun Yat-sen was regarded as the founder of modern China. Sun Yat-sen was regarded as the founder of modern China. Let us learn about Sun Yat-sen life. Sun Yat-sen was born in a poor family and he got educated from the Christian institution and he was studied even medicine. He was much concerned about Chinese misery. He was very much concerned towards the fate of the China. So he wanted to give three great principles to China. Those principles are San, Min, Chui. These are the three great principles. San means nationalism. San means what? Nationalism. Nationalism means he wanted to establish a republic here. He wanted to overthrow the Manchu dynasty. Min means democracy. He wanted to introduce the democratic pattern of society in China. A third principle was Chui. Chui means socialism. Means what? Socialism. Socialism means he wanted to get a reforms, social reforms in China. Like he wanted to dispatch the land among the people. He wanted to get some economic reforms in China. These are the three great principles of the China. However, this republic could not consolidate itself, which means this republic was not become much strength towards further. Very soon, this republic was collapsed and the entire China went into the warlords. Children, under these circumstances, a May 4th movement was taken place. Children, here in China, at Beijing, this is the Beijing. In 1919, May 4th, a demonstration was held at Beijing. This is Beijing. Why it was taken place? Unsatisfied people across the China, especially in Beijing, they were conducted a great demonstration in 4th May 1919. For what? Children, after 1919, this 1919 year is very, very crucial in our 10th class. This 1919 indicates the end of the World War I. After World War I, a Versailles Treaty had been taken place. In this Versailles Treaty, the China was not considered. The China was just ignored by the Versailles Treaty. Why? The China being ally of the Britain during the World War I, it was not get the territories which was occupied by the Japan. Here the Japan is there. During the World War I, Japan was occupied much of the Chinese territories. Being ally of the Britain during the World War I, the China was not get its territories which was seized by the Japan. That's why the unhappy mob, unhappy people in Beijing, they conducted a huge march which was called as a May 4th movement. In 1919, May 4th. Children, this May 4th movement was galvanized the whole countries to attack old traditions, to save China. So, while this May 4th movement had been taking place, they wanted to get some more reforms in China. Along with their aspiration, they wanted to get some more, some of their aspiration in China. For example, some more evils are there in China. The evils, what are their evils? Foot binding was there. Foot binding. So they want to abolish the foot binding. It was a very cruel practice which was taking place in China. According to foot binding, the woman's feet was not allowed to grow fully. They used to cut the foots. That was the bad, practice in China. They wanted to get rid out of the foot binding from their country. Second one, they want to simplify their language. Simplify the language. Third one, they want to equality in among the marriages. Equality among their marriages. A fourth one, subordination of women. For all these, aspiration, they conducted a huge march in Beijing in 1919, May 4th. This was called as a May 4th movement, which is very important topic in this chapter. Children, after this Republican Revolution, the country, China, went into the period of turmoil. During this time, two political parties were united, and they wanted to strive out. They wanted to unite the country. Those two parties are very important parties here. You have to remember these parties. Those two parties are, one is Kuomintang Party. It is also called as a National People Party. It is also called as a KMT Party. Kuomintang, National People Party, KMT Party. These are all none other than same party. Second one is CCP, Chinese Communist Party. These two parties come together and they wanted to get some unity or some stability in China. So here the Kuomintang Party take it lead. This Kuomintang Party base was none other than Sun Yat-sen philosophy. Sun Yat-sen was led this Kuomintang Party. Remind you, Kuomintang Party is none other than KMT Party, National People's Party. The Kuomintang main philosophy was Sun Yat-sen philosophy. He has given four great needs to the Chinese people. That is, four great needs. Four great needs was given by the Sun Yat-sen to the people. One is clothing, housing. Third one is food, and fourth one is transportation. These are the four great needs which was advocated by the Sun Yat-sen. Remind you, Sun Yat-sen belongs to which party? Kuomintang Party. It is also called as a KMT Party, National Party. So, after the death of the Sun Yat-sen, after the Sun Yat-sen passed away, Kuomintang Party was headed by the Chiang Kai-shek. So, Chiang Kai-shek was led the Kuomintang Party after the Sun Yat-sen. Chiang Kai-shek main philosophy was, he was, somehow aggressive than Sun Yat-sen. Chiang Kai-shek tried to militarize the China. He established so many armies and he tried to militarize the China because, remind you, entire China was under the control of the warlords. So he wanted to get rid out of the warlords from the China. So Chiang Kai-shek main, aim is he wanted to militarize the China. Children, let us discuss about this Kuomintang Party. Kuomintang Party. Remind you, Kuomintang Party is nothing but a KMT Party. This Kuomintang Party real base was there in urban areas like Beijing, such a big cities. Here, Kuomintang Party, as I said, this is their base was there in urban areas. Here in Shanghai is here. Shanghai. In this place, by 1919, as many as 5 lakh workers were there in Shanghai. Most of these workers are petty urbanites. They were called as a Xiao Shimins. Xiao Shimin. Xiao Shimin means petty urbanites. Petty urbanites means nothing but a middle class people. Here children, during this time, most of the people were working in, as a middle class workers. They are not working in modern industries. Their growth rate also very low. Whereas some of the people are working in some advanced industries, some developed industries like shipbuilding industries in Shanghai. Remind you, Shanghai is the port city. Shipbuilding industry was there. During this time only, some of the women were, get some discrimination in the society because, as I said, Chiang Kai-shek, he was the head of the Kuomintang party, Chiang Kai-shek gave 4 virtues towards the principles. Sorry. Chiang Kai-shek gave 4 virtues towards the woman. The 4 virtues are: first one, chastity. Second one, speech. Third one, work. Fourth one, appearance. These are the 4 great virtues. 4 virtues was given by the Chiang Kai-shek. What is meant by chastity? Remind you children, these 3-4 virtues were for the women only, not for men. Chastity, first one. What is meant by chastity? Chastity is nothing but a pativratyam. In Telugu it is called as a pativratyam. Means having only one husband. So women were not allowed to marry more than one husband. If her husband was died, she was not allowed to marry another husband. That is meant by chastity. So women restricted to marry only one husband. Next one, speech. Women were restricted to speak less. They were not allowed to speak much. And work. Women's main aim is to work in house. They were confined to household only. Third one is appearance. Children, Chiang Kai-shek even gives some measurements to women. What measurements? The dress measurements. Generally, these Chinese women used to wear frocks. These frocks were limited for some length only. Such a way, Chiang Kai-shek was restricted the woman. Remind you, he is having a narrow social mind. So due to all these things, Kuomintang party was lost its importance in China. While, this time only, just before this time only, in 1902, Peking University was established here. Peking University. So this university inculcated some ideas regarding with the equality and some progressive ideas in China. So with this narrow social mindedness, this Chiang Kai-shek party, Kuomintang party was lost its importance, gradually losing its importance. So now let us see the rise of the Communist Party of China, CCP. Children, in 1937, this is Japan. When Japan attacked on China in 1937, Kuomintang party was retreated. Kuomintang means KMT party, National People's Party. It was retreated. So a long war exhausted the China, which resulted the 30% of these prices in China between 1945 to 49. As a result, the China faced 2 crises. One is ecological crisis, other one is social economical crisis. So this is one part. During these circumstances, in 1921, CCP was founded. 1921, CCP was founded. Let us see here, very very important name. Mao Zedong. He may called as a Mao Zedong also. Mao Zedong. Mao Zedong was emerged as the major leader in CCP. Children, he wanted to strive out of the Kuomintang party from the China. He was fully aware of the woman problem in China. Remind you, Kuomintang party leader Chiang Kai-shek was having narrow social mind. He was against the woman, literally. But Mao Zedong was completely aware of the woman problem. So he was a very a kind, attention towards the women's. So Mao Zedong led the CCP party in China. Under the circumstances, KMT, Kuomintang Party, and Kuomintang Party from Russia, both were attacked on CCP. As a result, to hide from the attack of the Kuomintang Party and Kuomintang Party, CCP leader, which means Mao Zedong, conducted a long march, which was reminded as the very famous in history. He was conducted a long march from the Jiangxi province. Jiangxi province, sorry. Jiangxi province to Shaanxi mountains, which was lasted 6,000 miles. 6,000 miles, which means 10,000 kilometers. 10,000 kilometers. This long march was taken place between 1934 to 35. With this long march, here in China, warlordism was ended. So, Mao Zedong became the very powerful leader in China due to this long march from the Jiangxi province to Shaanxi mountains. These are the Shaanxi mountains. So he went, across the China. Remind the children. No, Kuomintang Party main base was there in urban areas, but whereas CCP main base was there in peasantry, which means small farmers. Children, meanwhile, from 1937 to 45, Japan was attacked China. So during this very critical circumstances, both CCP and Kuomintang Party was attacked on China. They saved their country from the China. During the circumstances, in 1945, Japan was defeated by the US. Hiroshima, Nagasaki, explosions, nuclear explosion had been taking place. Japan surrendered to US. So Japan was retreated from the China. But here in China, both Kuomintang Party and CCP both were fought against each other. CCP was emerged as the powerful party, whereas Kuomintang Party went into the Taiwan. Here this island, small island very close to China. Kuomintang went into the Taiwan and they settled down here. And CCP emerged as the powerful party in China. So when it comes to the 1945-47 around that time, CCP became the powerful party in China. Remind you, CCP was headed by the Mao Zedong, who conducted the long march from the Jiangxi province to Shaanxi mountains, which took place from 1934 to 35. Children, let us discuss about establishment of new democracy. Let us discuss about establishment of new democracy. This is China, as you know. This is India, China. Busy. Establishment of new democracy. Children, in 1949, People Republic of China was established under the principles of new democracy. Under the principles of new democracy in 1949. Those who opposed the landlordism, those who opposed the imperialism, united here. Those who are, in favor of the woman problems, here the woman problem was, removed. The entire economy was put under the control of the government. And And above all, land reforms had been taken place after 1949. Land reforms had been taken place in 1949. So let us discuss about land reforms, how the land reforms had been taken place in China. Children, let us discuss about land reforms in China. Land reforms. It was taken place between 1950 and 51. After the establishment of new democracy in 1949, 2 years later, land reforms had been taken place. Classification of village inhabitant taken place during this time. So, in village inhabitants, the classification taken place. And next one is here confiscation of the landlord lands, redistribution of the landlord lands, productive property was distributed among the people in China. With this, landlords publicly humiliated. Some of the landlords were reluctant to give their lands to the government. So, trials had been taken place against the landlords. In these trials, 10 to 20 lakhs people were executed. 10 to 20 lakh landlords were executed, which led all successful land reforms in China. So, land reforms became the successful event in China. With this, CCP, Chinese Communist Party, became the single powerful political party in China, which led all powerful leaders in CCP or chairmen became the very powerful person in China. These are all very, very important points in China in the lesson of national liberation movement in the colonies. Children, in this chapter, we have to learn about Sun Yat-sen, the 3 principles of Sun Yat-sen, San Min Chui's 4 great needs given by the Sun Yat-sen. What are the 4 great needs? Clothing and housing, transportation, food. And we have to know about Chiang Kai-shek, who tried to militarize the China. Chiang Kai-shek was given 4 great virtues, especially to women. And later we have to know about CCP, Chinese Communist Party, which was led by the Mao Zedong. He conducted the Long March, which became the very powerful party in China. Then later land reforms. Land reforms also very, very important. So if you want to face the examination, these are the very, very important concepts in national liberation movement in the colonies, in especially China. Hopefully you might understand my chapter. Thank you for giving this wonderful opportunity. Thank you.